Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
Right,
at
not now. It's at 175, yeah.
he probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, you know, especially
like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, I see that weight class, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't know if Bud can overcome that. That's different. That's a lot. That's a lot to overcome. Height, reach, the speed of Benavidez coming downhill, the stamina, because this a guy that does get stronger as the fight goes also. So some of the advantages he had over Canelo, he wouldn't have at Benavidez. I think it would be a question if Benavidez can make the weight.
But yeah, I mean, if the fight comes up, the opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
So you're saying 160 versus Crawford, you do it?
Oh, yeah.
Immediately following his triumph over Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford fired back at David Benavidez, claiming he might struggle to make 168 pounds, a comment the boxing world couldn't stop buzzing about. After defeating Canelo, Crawford sat down with Stephen Smith to talk about what could be next in his career. As the discussion progressed, Smith asked about a potential fight with Benavidez. That's when Crawford gave a cutting reply that quickly set social media and analysts ablaze. With a single remark, he questioned whether Benavidez could even reach the super middleweight limit, casting doubt on whether a matchup between them would ever be feasible.
But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
Right, not now. It's at 175, yeah.
he probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, say, all right, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, and I told him that a long time. I told him that when, before I fought his brother. I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're going to do big.
Crawford's sharp comment added even more intensity to the ongoing conversation about his next matchup. Among those weighing in were Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman, two highly respected figures from the MMA world who also keep a close eye on boxing. Both shared the same perspective. They're confident Benavidez can make 168 pounds, and a bout with Crawford would settle who truly deserves the title. For them, it isn't just about hitting a weight limit. It's about seeing two top-tier athletes clash to resolve the debate once and for all. Their message is clear. Fans don't want excuses. They want the best facing the best.
Hear me out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he went up because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you...
Amid all the speculation, Crawford took the chance at his post-fight press conference to respond to his critics head-on. He reminded everyone of how frequently people underestimated him, dismissed him, and labeled him a nobody, only to be silenced by his decisive victory over Canelo. With calm confidence and a touch of satisfaction, Crawford asked the room what else could possibly be said against him. His words sent a clear signal of dominance, as if he fully understood just how dramatically the boxing scene had shifted in his favor, leaving little doubt about his place at the top.
Hear that? Which do you think means
all
the most?
And all of it. It all goes hand in hand.
Can you describe what it all means to you to have? You just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight.
It means a lot to me because, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
And say congratulations.
That's it.
Benavidez didn't stay quiet in response to Crawford's jab about making 168 pounds. He pushed back, saying the real issue isn't weight, it's about the divisions. From his point of view, Crawford has no right to question him since they don't even fight in the same class. Benavidez, who considers himself a natural 175-pounder, is focused on his own path and plans. To him, Crawford's remarks came across as more distraction than critique, more like noise meant to stir the conversation than a serious challenge to his skills or abilities in the ring.
I wouldn't fight Crawford. I'm at 175.
Even with his rebuttal, speculation grew over whether Benavidez might be avoiding a fight with Crawford entirely. While Crawford's team claimed weight could be an issue, Benavidez appeared to have his focus elsewhere, exploring other possible matchups. Reports indicated he was already considering Dimitri Bivol, another formidable fighter in the higher weight divisions. This sparked the question, is Benavidez dodging Crawford, or is he strategically choosing opponents that better align with his career plans? Fans and analysts alike were left debating whether his moves were about avoiding a challenge or simply following a path that made more sense for his progression in the sport.
I mean, this is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, you know, I see that weight class, you know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Meanwhile, talk of a potential Crawford versus Benavidez matchup kept building behind the scenes. Coach Breadman, a respected figure in boxing, confirmed that there's genuine interest in making the fight happen. According to Breadman, Al-Sheikh has expressed strong support for arranging the bout, suggesting that forces beyond the fighters themselves could be driving the push for this showdown. That revelation only added fuel to the fire. When someone with influence like Turkey steps in, what once seemed like a distant possibility can suddenly turn into a real fight almost overnight, sending fans and insiders into a frenzy of anticipation.
Even though he hasn't been at 60, there's no big names at 60. 68, maybe the Benavidez fight. That's a tough fight for Bud. I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough fight. Benavidez ain't no joke. Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't know if Bud can overcome that. That's different. That's a lot. That's a lot to overcome. Height, reach, the speed of Benavidez coming downhill, the stamina. Because this a guy that does get stronger as the fight goes also. So some of the advantages he had over Canelo, he wouldn't have at Benavidez. I think it will be a question if Benavidez can make the weight. I know he's been at 75 recently.
As the speculation continued, David Benavidez's father and trainer, Jose Benavidez Sr., shared his perspective. He acknowledged Crawford's talent and accomplishments, giving him credit for handling Canelo. But his message quickly turned into a caution. From his point of view, Crawford might have beaten Canelo, yet David represents a completely different challenge. He described his son's punches as extremely powerful and warned that stepping into the ring with Benavidez would be nothing like facing Canelo. According to him, Crawford would face a peak performance fighter with real danger, and the outcome could be dramatically different. His comments both protected and promoted David as a serious threat in the division.
No, I think David's too big for Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford will be like 38 years old, you know? I mean, it will not be the same as Canelo, man. We know David comes in and throws a lot of punches and put the pressure. And no disrespect to Terence Crawford, he's the best pound for pound. He's in the books to do history. He did something that nobody could do. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the Mexican monster, you know? David's young, strong, super big for Terence Crawford. And, you know, even Terence Crawford said that Kavalowski's or whatever.
On the other side, Crawford's longtime trainer, Bulmermack, moved quickly to put the idea of a Benavidez matchup to rest. While speculation and hype swirled around the potential fight, Bulmermack dismissed it, stressing that the team's focus remained on steady progression and practical, achievable next steps. His statement made it clear that outside pressure, no matter how loud fans or promoters were, would not dictate Crawford's path. For Bulmermack, the priority was maintaining discipline and following a strategic plan, rather than chasing attention-grabbing matchups or headlines. The emphasis was on patience and smart career management above all else.
Canelo.
Turkey dropped.
People are talking about it.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey.
did.
So
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No, man. No, we ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest.
And he don't want no.
As the debate continued, another voice entered the conversation: Virgil Ortiz. The young fighter didn't just share his opinion. He went a step further and directly called out Crawford. Ortiz said he'd be willing to face Crawford in the ring, but on one condition: the fight would happen at 160 pounds. For him, that wasn't an issue, and he was eager to measure himself against the reigning pound-for-pound star. Ortiz positioned himself as someone ready to rise to the challenge, stepping forward while others remained hesitant, still circling and negotiating, making it clear he wanted action rather than prolonged talk.
Yeah, I mean, if the fight comes up, the opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
So you're saying 160 versus Crawford, you do it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's right now like at 154, like let's say he says, you know what, I want you to jump up to 160.
Why not? I mean, I feel like I'm a big 154 as it is, you know? I mean, I was a big 140. I was a 140, a big 140, a big 147, a big 154. I think 160, I've always said I'd go to 160 eventually. So.
Ortiz didn't hold back further. When asked about Benavidez's ability to make 168 pounds, he dismissed the notion completely. From his perspective, it seemed highly unlikely that Benavidez could successfully drop to that weight. Ortiz explained that the super middleweight limit would be extremely challenging for him at this point in his career. By making this point, Ortiz not only threw a subtle jab at Benavidez, but also cast doubt on a fight many fans had been hoping to see. His comments echoed Crawford's original criticism, but coming from an outsider, they carried a fresh and forceful perspective that added more weight to the discussion.
I mean, I don't know if David can make the weight anymore. I mean, it's one thing to want to go down, but are you still able to? So I don't know. Would it entice him? Maybe, but that doesn't mean that he can do it. You know, I mean, he's been at 168 for.
This mix of opinions, reactions, and forecasts has given fans plenty to debate. Crawford has already cemented his status as one of the decade's top fighters, a man who silenced skeptics by defeating Canelo and achieving a milestone few boxers ever reach. Yet, even with that monumental win still fresh, the conversation has quickly turned to what comes next. The buzz continues to grow, making every interview, podcast, and article part of the same bigger question: who will Crawford face in his next challenge? And the looming question remains: will it be Benavidez who finally steps into the ring with him?
Crawford at Benavidez.
He said he wondered if Benavidez could make 168.
We just talked to Womack and he was like, "Nah, we don't want to do that. We
yeah, something else." But I just think Benavidez, he's like what, 6'5", 6 something like that. He's a big dude, bro. Yeah. He's a big dude, man. So I just who knows? Now you got fight announcements now. They got, you know, Rey Mysterio fighting Andrew Tate and I don't know, just crazy stuff. So we'll see, man.
Benavidez remains a looming figure, both as a potential opponent and an unanswered question. His weight, priorities, and intentions are all being closely examined. Analysts, fighters, and even family members have weighed in, yet no one can say for certain whether the matchup will ever happen. What's undeniable, however, is that the tension between these two stars has reignited some of boxing's biggest debates. The conversation has evolved beyond Crawford's dominance or Benavidez's promise. It's now centered on whether these two careers will finally intersect inside the ring, turning speculation into one of the sport's most anticipated possible showdowns.
Care about fighting Benavidez. That's just Turkey trying to pull rank. Turkey trying to show he got a golden arm. You know what I mean?
I understand that Turkey likes to make these big grand events, but there's a boxing aspect to this shit too. Like some stuff gotta make boxing sense. Bringing the dude down that's been comfortable at 75, bringing him back down to 68, and then having him fight a dude that just jumped 3 weight classes in 2 fights that started his career off at 35.
Right.
Like, no, bro. No.
Yeah, I don't want to see that fight. There's no point. There's no point. Like I said, Bud need to just go get line of suit.
From Turkey Al Sheikh's behind-the-scenes influence to Ortiz stepping forward with a surprise call-out, the situation keeps gaining complexity with each passing day. Crawford's critics may have been quieted for now, but new voices continue to challenge and provoke discussion around him. Meanwhile, Benavidez's father has issued strong warnings, while trainers like Bulmermack and fighters like Ortiz have taken the narrative in unexpected directions. As always, the boxing world thrives on these twists and turns, where speculation, strategy, and outspoken personalities collide, keeping fans engaged and debates alive, as everyone waits to see how the next chapter unfolds.
Do you ever entertain a fight with David Benavidez?
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. His brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight.
So the question still hangs in the air. Will Crawford and Benavidez ever meet in the ring? Or will their rivalry remain another what if in boxing history, leaving fans, analysts, and promoters to debate endlessly? One thing is certain. The drama in this sport is far from finished. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay on top of every call-out, controversy, and potential showdown, make sure to give this video a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit subscribe. Your front row seat to fight night action and non-stop boxing drama.